Imagine waking up for work on Tuesday morning, boxing up bed springs for minimum wage and then suddenly going to bed that same night as one of the most famous people on the internet. That's exactly what happened to Haliey Welch, a small-town girl from Belfast, Tennessee, who became a global sensation overnight from a single sentence.
What's your type though?
I do like Jack Harlow's my type, like white guys who are like cultured.
Okay, so like, you know, a little tempeh, a little
yeah, like they hang out with all you, but.
Okay.
What makes you wifey material?
Shit!
Nothing makes her wifey.
I can't cook. I do have a cat. She's really cute.
Okay. What makes you wifey material?
What doesn't make me wifey material is the thing.
You cook, you clean.
I do all of the above. I'm clean, I have my own job, I have my own house, I have my own everything.
What's your type?
What's my type? A good person.
You gotta give him that Hawk Tuah and spit on that thing, you get me?
After the clout and the money, what seemed like her ticket to success surprisingly came crashing down.
Hey, hi, oh my gosh, thank you for coming.
Well, thank you for having me.
Legend.
While many saw her ability to turn the fame into money as a genius move, some felt she was simply a grifter.
Hey guys, it's finally time that we get into the meme coin disaster and address everything that's going on, and we can finally tell our truth about it as we know it, and I finally get to tell my side of the story that I've been holding on to.
This is the full story of the Hawk Tuah girl, how she rose to fame, cashed in, and how one bad decision destroyed everything she built. But to understand where it all went wrong, we have to go back to where Haliey Welch came from and how it all contributed to her downfall. Haliey was born in Belfast, Tennessee, a place with a population of 844 people. With cow fields at every corner, it's pretty clear that it was a town occupied by farmers who valued family and hard work. Unfortunately for Haliey, her dad was a full-time farmer who didn't have time for family, and her mother on the other hand was completely out of the picture, leaving Haliey to be raised by her grandmother alone. Growing up, Haliey never had dreams of becoming famous by any means, as she only believed to work hard to earn a dime. Haliey would try to attend college at the University of North Alabama but eventually dropped out due to lack of money. With education out of the way, Haliey would be forced to figure out how to make ends meet, even if it meant working odd jobs. At age 21, Haliey found a job at a bed spring factory where she would be boxing up coil springs for vending machines. Haliey's entire life was simply to wake up by 3:30 a.m. in the morning, spend an entire day at the factory, and head home extremely tired. And for a while this was her only routine except during the weekends where she attends parties and festivals to unwind after a long week. But little did she know that her life would completely change on her way back from the 2024 CMA Fest weekend. But nah. Life had a completely different plan for her. And it all started on a drive home from a music festival. June 2024 Nashville, she attended the CMA Fest weekend. One of the biggest country music events in America, but this moment was about to change Haliey's life forever. Like every one evening after a wild party in Broadway, two YouTubers, Tim and DTV, were out there doing what they always do, walking up to random strangers, asking the most outrageous questions they can think of, and just filming whatever happens. Normal content day for them. Haliey and her best friend Chelsea was walking across the street and met Tim and D. In 48 hours, after the clip was uploaded, it gained tens of millions of views. Just like that. Within a week, Hawk Tuah is trending on every single platform: TikTok, Instagram, X, YouTube, everywhere. Every meme page is on it. Every reaction channel is on it. Every podcast from here to LA is talking about this one woman from Tennessee. That one clip became the biggest internet moment of 2024. And guess where was Haliey during all of this? Said she didn't leave the house for a whole week. She was embarrassed. Mortified. This was never supposed to be her life. She was just a regular girl who went to a music festival and came back a completely different person without even knowing it. But then she started paying attention to what was actually going on around her. She found out that strangers, people she never met and had absolutely nothing to do with, started to recognize her due to the increasing popularity of that clip, and the smart ones already cashing in at that moment by selling Hawk Tuah merch. Putting her face on t-shirts. Making real money. Cashing out her moment. And that's when Haliey Welch woke up. Haliey didn't waste a second. Within days of going viral, she'd secured a lawyer and a management team, and 16 days after that clip changed her life, she walked out of the factory for the last time. She partnered with a Tennessee-based apparel brand called Fathead Threads and launched a line of Hawk Tuah merchandise. Hats, t-shirts, anything that could carry the catchphrase. In the first 2 weeks alone, she pulled in over $65,000 in sales, more than a full year's wages at the factory, made in a fortnight. Then the appearance deals started rolling in. By the time she hit 1 million Instagram followers, she was reportedly being paid $30,000 for a single night. As she described it herself as multiple thousands per event. The same woman who had been setting her alarm for 3:30 a.m. to pack Springs was now earning more from one appearance than most people see in several months.
You're not
The
alone.
celebrity world took notice. She was brought on stage at a Zach Bryan
bus
concert
back to
in
the big
Nashville
city
in
broke
front of
down.
thousands.
Ring
She
in
ended
the
up as a
holidays
DJ booth
with a
Shaquille O'Neal.
heartwarming
She
montage
threw
where
out
the
the opening
characters
bid to
connect
New York Mets.
romantically.
She sat across from Jimmy Kimmel on national television. Then in September 2024, she launched her podcast, Hawk Tuah, in partnership with Jake Paul's media company, Better. And it wasn't just a viral curiosity, it was a legitimate hit. It climbed into Spotify's top 5. Her guests ranged from Wiz Khalifa and Jojo Siwa to Mark Cuban and even her own grandmother. She racked up over 200,000 YouTube subscribers in a matter of months. She named her company 16 Minutes, a quiet twist on the old 15 minutes of fame idea. A dare, almost. Like she was daring the internet to move on without her. By late 2024, she had done what almost no one does. She had taken a single viral moment and built something that actually lasted: a brand, a platform, an audience, and an estimated net worth of around $500,000. The whole journey, from factory floor to media personality, had taken less than 6 months. It was the American dream, playing out in real time. Then came December 2024. In December 2024, Haliey Welch launched a memecoin on the Solana blockchain. She called it $HAWK, derived from the catchphrase that had made her famous. She promoted it everywhere. On social media, on her podcast, and she even had Mark Cuban on the show to talk about it. When it launched on December 4th, the reaction was immediate. The market cap rocketed to nearly $500 million. Fans, followers, people who believed in her, all of them pouring money in. Then, within hours, it was over. In just one night everything collapsed. Haliey was live on an X Spaces stream. The coin lost more than 90% of its value almost instantly. $500 million, wiped out. People who had invested based on her name woke up to accounts worth nothing. The internet didn't wait to pass judgment. She was accused of running a pump and dump where insiders talk up an asset, sell off at the peak, and leave ordinary investors with worthless tokens. Crypto journalist CoffeeZilla, one of the most trusted names in exposing financial fraud, publicly accused her team of insider trading.
I just want to show you exactly how the Hawk Tuah team is sort of lying by omission here when they say the team hasn't sold one token. And that's because they pre-sold the tokens, guys. They sold them to a bunch of investors with a pre-sale, and then those people were unlocked immediately upon launch. So you can see that with her tokenomics here. It says Haliey's locked for 12 months, but you can see the strategic allocation is fully unlocked immediately on token generation event.
The legal fallout came fast. At least one investor filed a formal complaint with the SEC. A class action lawsuit was filed in federal court in Brooklyn. Then the FBI got involved. She disappeared from the internet entirely for months.
So the day that the coin launched,
My Hawk meme coin is live!
I actually had, I think, 2 podcasts that day. We were in California when it happened, and the guy that was in the room with us, the one that was like operating the coin, we noticed he was like pacing around everywhere, like nervous, and I was like, is that normal? Like, why is he acting like that? Because, you know, I'm doing podcasts, I'm not controlling the coin, but after all that and we finished all the podcasts, everybody just kind of went out of the room and they looked concerned, and I was like, what is going on? Like, I don't understand what's happening. And they're like, oh, nothing, you ain't got to worry about it. I pull up my TikTok and the next thing I know, oh, yep, Haliey Welch is going to jail. And I was like, what did I do?
The platform she had spent 6 months building went silent overnight. Sponsors pulled back. Her podcast went on hiatus. Everything she had worked for seemed to dissolve all at once. Some said she reportedly sold her X account sometime in 2025 to cover her legal bills. For over a year, Haliey said nothing. No statement, no explanation, no response to the accusation swirling around her name. Then, in March 2026, nearly 18 months after the crash, she finally broke her silence. She sat down with Channel 5's Andrew Callahan and told her side of the story for the first time. She said she didn't understand crypto. She said she had been brought into the project by people she trusted, and that those people had let her down badly. She described the day of the launch. One of the men running the coin was pacing the room, visibly anxious. She said she noticed, and she asked if that was normal. Hours later, she was scrolling TikTok and the headlines were already waiting for her. Haliey Welch is going to jail. Mark Cuban, who had appeared on her podcast just months earlier, came to her defense. He said it wasn't something she fully understood, but that she had trusted the people around her. The FBI and SEC investigations were eventually closed. No fraud charges were brought against Haliey personally. But the civil lawsuit filed on behalf of investors who collectively lost $151,000 was still working its way through the courts as of 2025. The class action named the crypto company over here, its founder, and the promoters behind the coin. But by then, the damage to her reputation had already been done. Was she guilty? The authorities said no. Was she reckless? Almost certainly. Did she have any real understanding of what she was walking into? By her own admission, not even close. As of 2026, Haliey is still trying to piece things back together. Her net worth is estimated somewhere between $500,000 and $1.5 million depending on which source you look at. And look, that's still money. But when you think about where she was just a year before, that number is a shadow of what it could have been if the crypto collapse never happened. Although she's back on social media, the energy is different compared to before. On a recent podcast on her YouTube channel, she claimed that the Hawk coin failed mainly because she was not a crypto expert and very new to the space, but the internet is not buying her excuse. That wave of momentum she was riding at the end of 2024? It's gone. Just think about that for a second. This was someone who woke up before sunrise to pack bed springs for a living. Then one clip changes everything, and she's making $40,000 in a single night. I mean, you do the math. But then one decision, one deal she didn't fully understand, she watched it all come apart right in front of her. She named her company 16 Minutes. Almost like she was daring the world to forget her. But here's what fame doesn't tell you: when it shows up at your door, it's only as powerful as the decisions you make once you have it. Haliey Welch's story is bigger than a viral clip. It's about what happens when your life moves faster than your understanding of it. She came from a small town as a factory worker who was living a completely normal life. And then in less than 6 months, she built something real from scratch, hundreds, thousands of dollars. And then one bad deal. One moment of trusting the wrong people. And everything that took 6 months to build came down in 6 hours. The internet gave her everything. And then the internet took it back. That's the part of the story nobody puts in the highlight reel. The only question left, the one nobody can really answer right now, is what comes next for Haliey Welch. If you want more stories like this, people who had it all and watched it slip through their fingers, subscribe to Vardolah. We tell the real stories behind the headlines, with no fluff, and don't forget to drop a comment below. I want to know where you stand. Do you think Haliey was a victim who got taken advantage of? Or do you think she knew more than she let on? I'll see you in the next one.